Okay, so this lesson is we're going to kind of change things up a little bit, and we're going to start learning some songs. And in the midst of that, we're going to, with this one, we're going to do some finger picking and maybe some strumming in there. Whatever kind of feeling we get from the song at the time, we'll be able to interchange. And it'll help us to learn progressions. And the song is a popular one. You see it a lot. It's just a great tune. It's Your Love by the Outfield. And they do it in E. And so we're going to give it a shot. I can't sing as high as them, but I can do all right, I guess. So, and I got majorly sunburn on Mount Adams, so look away at my disgusting disfigurement right now. Didn't use sunblock like a moron, and I'm paying the price now. Anyway, so here's the chords. Take a screenshot of that. I'm going to play it in E. And I'm also going to do a separate video. This one we're going to talk about the progression, how to play it, what you can do, what you know, your options. And then I'm going to do a video with just the performance with the chord changes in it. Now, something to note here is we have in the key of E, typically it's E, A, and B, and there's a C sharp minor, which follows the rules of music. If you're going to play a G of any sort in the key of E, normally it's G sharp minor, but in this song they broke the rules a little bit, which is okay. It happens. They just play a G. So these are pretty easy, but we're going to play our E's a little different, and we're going to try to change things up. So I'm going to just talk you through it. The E is top string 6, then 4, then 5, and that note there on the B string, that's E, that's your root note, and then 4 on the bottom. That's how we play our E for this. And then it's easy to go to C sharp minor because all you have to do is put your pinky down. Everything stays the same. You just put your pinky down on the 6th fret on the 2nd string on the G string. So E to C sharp minor. Funny how one difference changes it, everything. And then B is simply 4 on the first 3 strings, and then 7 on the E string. And you have 2 roots here. It's the G string 4th fret, that's B, and then E string 7th fret, that's also a B. And going back to the C sharp minor, your root on that one is the G string 6th fret. That's where your C sharp's at. And then A, of course, you know how to play A, 2s, barred 2s, and then 5th fret on the bottom string. And then the other thing is the G, which you know how to play G, of course. Now the progression in the beginning, it goes from E, and I'm just going finger picking down and then back up. So top, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and then C sharp, and then B. And he stays in B for 2 beats. So, you know, at the beginning, Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. Then you do the same thing again, E. So many things that I want to say. You know I love my girls a little bit. So again, it was E to C sharp minor to B for 2. And then he goes to A. I just want to use your love. Let me start that over again. I lost my spot. Okay, so sorry about that. From the beginning, E. Josie's on a C sharp, far a B. Come around and talk it over. Back to E. So many C sharp that I wanna be. You know I love my girls a little bit. I just wanna C sharp to B to C sharp. I just want a your love to B. And then he does that all over again to E. Ain't got many friends left to talk to. No one's around when I'm in trouble. You know I'd do anything for you. Stay the night but keep it undercover. I just wanna use your love tonight. Back to C sharp. I just wanna your love to be. And then he goes into a bridge, and it's just G A G A to A, G to A. Then he starts singing. Trying to stop my hands from shaking. Nothing in my mind is making sense. It's been a while since we were all alone. I can't wear the way I'm feeling. And so he stays in A, and then you just go back to the verse, back to E. E, C sharp, then to B. Da, 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 da. E to C sharp, and then to B. Do, 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 going to A. I just want a C sharp tonight. That was B. Back to C sharp. I just want a your love to be. And then you could do, to end it, you know, you could go C sharp to A to B and then E. Okay, so a couple things is you could do the finger picking throughout. Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. You know I'd do anything for you. Messed up the words. No, I love my girls a little bit older. I just wanna use your love tonight. Or you could, you know, go, Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. I don't remember the words. I usually don't sing. Do 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 C sharp D B. You know I like my girls a little bit. And then to A you could go older. I just wanna C sharp to B. Back to C sharp. I just wanna A to B. So you could, you know, mix and match it there how you want. You could strum it. Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things that I want to say. You know I love my girls a little bit older. I just want to use your love tonight. I just want to use your love tonight. So it's kind of a neat tune. You can do what you want with it. You know, you could do the finger picking. And I was even simplifying the finger picking even more, just 1, 2, 3, 4 from top to bottom, you know, D, G, B, E, and kind of letting that ring out. Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. You know I do it. So I'm just going, you know, hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, D, G, B, E, you know, but you could do that, and then, but at other times you could add more to it. Josie's on a vacation far away, adding more. Back to simple. Do the C sharp, then a B. And then, so mix and match it, do what you want. So there's a lot of options here. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is you could do an alternate A. Instead of playing it here, you could play your A there. And if you took a screenshot of it, you can see what it was. It's 7 on the top, 6, and then the bottom 2 are 5. And your root is the 7 on the D string and the 5 on the E string. Those are both A's. So if you play those, if you play that A, then it's not much to get to C sharp. C sharp minor is very easy. And then when you go into that bridge, you know, G to A, you know, it's just G's the same thing as this A, you just slide it down. Try to stop my hands from shaking. We're all alone. I can't hide the way I'm feeling. You know, and so you could switch between G and A that way, and I know I messed up the words there. G and A that way instead of going here. So you have something to play with by throwing that alternate A in there. So really good stuff. This is a fun tune. You can rock it up, or you can mellow it down and be like, I know it's not really a love song because I'm singing about cheating on my girlfriend, but I can make it sound like it is. Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things that I want to say. You know I love my girls, I'm going to A. I just want to C sharp minor B. Back to C sharp minor. I just want to A love tonight. So you get the picture. I know that I'm kind of killing this horse. I'm riding it to the finish line. So a neat tune, a key of E. We've learned that in the key of E, you know, the typical chords, A, B, and A for majors. And one of the minors that you can play is C sharp minor. And if you alternate the way you play the chords, instead of playing this E here, if you play it down here, everything's right here. You're doing very few hand changes in order to go from E to C sharp minor to B. So that's really neat. And so this is part of the reason why we learn how to play chords so many different ways. Okay, so I'm going to make a different recording with me just performing the song as best as I can with the chord changes on there, so that that's something you can play with too. I hope you get a little bit. There's a lot here in this lesson, but these songs are great. I'm gonna start incorporating more songs. So if there's a song that you want to learn, just hit me up in the comments, and we'll learn them, and we'll talk about the ways that different ways you can do things. Now let's just talk about something else real quick here. If we wanted to lower it, say E's too high, by sliding everything down 2, you could play it in D. Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things that I want to say. You know I love my girls a little bit older. And then we go to G. I just want to use your love tonight. So very simple. We just went from E down to D, and we moved everything down 2 frets. Conversely, if you had like these pipes of gold and you wanted to sing it in F sharp or F, you would just slide everything up higher. So a lot of versatility here. All right, so good. I hope, yeah, let's just end this here, and I'll do the performance one with the chords on it. All right, let's get into this, baby.